Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, kings and queens of the land. Good morning to the royals. Good morning to the liberated zones in Africa. Good morning to Burkina Faso, led by President Ibrahim Traore. Mali, led by uh, President Assimi Goita. Niger, led by President Abdurrahman Tian. Good morning to the royals. Uh, my name is Mngoni Mkonto, and this is the royal opinion. Today, I want to talk about the planned march of the EFF to Orania. I want us to have an in-depth look at what is happening in actual fact, and why in actual fact the EFF is marching to Orania. The reason why they actually march to Orania, I want us to talk about that. Click the like button and subscribe if you are here for the first time. Uh, Today we're going in depth about, I think we will go a little bit in depth about the EFF. Now, last time I spoke about the EFF. I spoke about the EFF that the I was actually speaking about the officials, the public officials of the EFF, that they are the special kind of people. The public officials of the EFF are special kind of people who are taxed not only by the state but also by the organization, the Economic Freedom Fighters. The EFF takes its membership. I think it's about its public representative about 20%. So that money goes to uh, President Julius Malema, who's gotten access um, to the credit card of the organization, unlimited access to the credit card of the organization. The CIC has also called for members to occupy land wherever they please or wherever they want to stay, which is a good thing because the land belongs to black people. They should occupy the land anywhere they please. It's a good thing, but in a way, the leader himself does not do what he's telling the people to do. Robert Sobukwe, when he said people should march against the white system, he did not only say people should march against the white system. He was the first one to march in I think it's 1959, 1963. It was 60. Yeah, I think is it 1960 when the Sharpeville massacre happened. I'm not sure of the date when it happened. Um, Robert Sobukwe was the leader there. He went on to march with the people in order to demonstrate his disapproval to the system. Uh, Julius Malema continues to buy land, to formally buy land through the banks to work with the system. The EFF have got offices in Joburg, which they did not occupy. They actually bought the offices uh, using the EFF money, but calling for members to actually occupy the land wherever they please. Obviously, this is not a leader who's got the best interest of people at heart. First, the members of the EFF are the ones who are, I mean, the public the public representatives of the EFF because these are people who are on Julius Malema's side. They should be at least uh, be an example of what will happen when you are on the EFF side. There should be a demonstration of the freedom that the black people are going to attain when you are on the EFF side. But the EFF people are disparately in pain because now they've got an increase in VAT, they've got an increase on their. Uh, I'm not sure if he increased his own tax that is taxing the EFF public representatives. But today I'm not talking about the EFF public representative. I'm talking about Julius Malema himself. Thank you very much, John, for joining there. Thank you very much for being part of the Royals. John, greetings to you, sir. I hope I am the first student in the class today. Yes, you were the first student in the class. The class has just started. We've got 3 students in the class. You can announce, everybody else can announce their presence. Please tell us who you are and where you from. I would actually even appreciate to know where you come from. John, give us the details of where you're watching us from. Thank you very much. And you can also comment about the issue that we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the march that the EFF has planned on the 22nd of April this month. They plan to march to Orania. First, let me explain what is Orania. Orania, those who don't know, is an isolated place where white people have decided to go and stay there alone. Initially, they wanted even everybody who is in Orania, even the people who work in Orania, they wanted only white people to work in Orania. But these days, I think they allow black people to come in, but it's only during the day, and you will go out during the night. Orania is an organized place by white people. They organize the place because white people are under the threat of uh, demographic engineering. What are we talking about when we talk about demographic engineering? When we talk about demographic engineering, we're talking about the mixing of races that would end up producing a different race from the original. Now, when white people are already limited in South Africa, we've got very little number of white people. Their population is in decline in South Africa. Many of the people who are in Orania are not those who are born in Orania, are actually those who are coming in as resident, buying the places, because then the rate at which white people are giving birth, it's very slow. So white people are under threat of existence. Their population is in total decline. When this demographic engineering happens, it further exacerbate this issue that we're talking about, the fact that white people are actually in decline. So when the demographics are engineered, or when black people mix with white people, meaning when white people marry black people, or when black people marry white people, vice versa. I mean, when a black man marries a white female, the child will become black. That's what they call demographic engineering. So they built Orania because of that fact that they wanted to remain pure. They wanted to remain and to talk Africans in their own spaces. Uh, so Orania is a place where Afrikaners have built their community. It's a private community which they have built there. Or everybody seems to be equal inside Orania. There's nobody who seems to be too rich than others, though the people who are staying there have got money because these are white people. So Orania itself is under, it's supposed to be, I think it's under the Tembelihle municipality in the Northern Cape. Orania is located in the Northern Cape. So they have, this is a community which is self-sufficient. Orania is self-sufficient, meaning Orania has got their own electricity. They supply their residents with water, not from the municipality. And they also collect their own garbage collection, waste collection. They also do that on their own. So these are the three main services which government is offering on citizens. So the Tembelihle municipality in the Northern Cape is not offering these services to Orania. Orania is actually self-sufficient. They are able to do all of these services on their own. And they went to request the municipality to allow them not to pay the municipality anything, because the reason why they have to pay the municipality, it was because the municipality is giving them services. Now, the municipality is not giving them the services. They are doing the services on their own. They want to protect their own community from extinction. The reason they build Orania is they want to exist the way they want to exist. And then the EFF has called on black people to go and march on Orania to actually destroy or remove Orania. The EFF says when Julius Malema says when he takes over the Northern Cape, and of which that is just a dream, it will never happen. When he takes over the Northern Cape, he is going to build RDP houses inside Orania. Inside Orania. So we've already explained what is Orania. Orania is a community of white people who've organized themselves, who've made themselves self-sufficient, who are not bothering any person. They are not bothering, they are not even talking apartheid. They are not even forming an army. They are not attacking anybody. They just organize themselves, a group of people, let's say a group of Zulu people, go and build themselves um, a village where they say they want only Zulu people to be in. That should be allowed. People should be allowed to exist the way they want to exist. Do I agree with uh, the atrocities that white people have committed in South Africa? No, I don't agree with any atrocity, bad and the evil that white people have done in South Africa. but white people have been accommodated in South Africa as South African resident. So they should be allowed to exist, unless if you say you don't want them as resident in South Africa, that's another story. Then we can destroy their place where they are building their homes. So if you say you don't want Orania to exist, it means you don't want that community to exist. The people who have been able to organize themselves. Why are we not forming communities which will focus at enhancing black culture? Those communities which will specialize, like there's a lot of issues that the EFF should actually be concerned about. Marching to Orania may cause other people to be killed, may cause violence when they march to Orania. Orania is just a community where there's also children, where people are staying, families are staying. The place where people can march to, it's government offices where the EFF is supposed to march to. How does Orania affect the EFF and Julius Malema? In 1,000 years, Orania will not affect Julius Malema and the EFF, because Orania is just a community of people who are staying. Those people have got right to self-defense. Let's say the EFF members goes to protest in their homes. Sorry. Those people have got right to self-defense. If they feel they are being attacked, they may pull out guns and start shooting. Are we gonna say black people died in Orania because they were fighting for the land? Is it fighting for the land when you go and provoke people in their own homes? South Africa has just increased VAT from 15% to 16%. Let me tell you how much South Africa has collected in 2024-2025 financial year in VAT. South Africa has collected 791 billion from 15% VAT. When they increase their VAT to 16%, they want to collect from South African more than a trillion, more than a trillion rands from South Africans. All this money will be taken to the IMF. All this money is taken to the IMF. The South African revenue from VAT alone, meaning from poor people, they have been able to collect 791 billion in the past year. And they say that is not enough. This is money that is taken from the pockets of black people. Poor black people, poor black South Africans. The money is being collected from them uh, through this colonial tax called VAT. This colonial tax is taken directly to. That's why SARS have been able to collect 791 billion, which is neither nowhere to be found in the budget. All that money has been taken to the International Mafia Forum, which is the IMF, International Mafia Forum. The MK party has planned to march against VAT increases across the country. The EFF plans to march against Orania, against people, not against the system, not against the system that creates poverty among black people. They want to disturb the attention from the MK party, which wants to march for the serious issue of the VAT increase in South Africa. VAT should not be, actually, nobody has a right to collect from black people. They say they represent people, but they never come to people to ask whether anyone wants uh, them to collect money from us. They never ask us if we want to participate in those VATs, in those things that they are doing. There are a lot of ways in which they can actually generate money. They can generate money from business. They can even generate money from selling the minerals of this country. But the minerals of this country are given for free to the European countries, but taken, but the VAT collection is done from black people. This money, which was supposed to build the industries, this money, which was supposed to uh, build the refineries of our minerals, 791 billion collected by SARS last year. SARS says that is not enough money to do anything. That money is not even in their budget. They go to the IMF to borrow money, to borrow more money. That VAT amount is only for servicing of the debt. 900 791 billion only for servicing of the debt. The EFF is not marching against the VAT increases. It's calling for people to go and march against Orania, a community which has organized itself and become self-sufficient. Isn't it that we should learn from Orania and organize ourselves and become self-sufficient as people as well? Isn't it that group of black people or particular group, those who believe in the same vision, those who've got the same vision, can build a community of their own? Isn't it right if they do that? Do you have to march against people who are just organizing themselves to exist the way they want to exist in South Africa? Is it worth it? I was looking at the applications from the past year, earlier this year, when people, students are applying for admissions in universities. West University had about 208 spaces for people to study medicine. They have received more than 9,000 applications, while they only have 208 spaces. So it means more than 98% of the people, if we take 9,000 and divide to find if we take 200 and divide by 9,000 to find what is the percentage, that's a very, very low percentage. I guess that percentage is less than, if I had a calculator, I would just calculate and get exactly what is. But you can calculate, the percentage is very less. So, black, which one do you take? Obviously, in the 200, there's white people who've been admitted to VETs, and the rest of the people, the rest of the students are closed out of the system. When the rest of the students are closed out of the system and the EFF is only marching against Orania, does it love black people? Why are they not marching against the education system to open up for all the students who've matriculated and who qualifies to do certain courses, who are not open in the system, who are denied access to the system? Naume Masateba says, can you choose your mouth to take care of yourself? Stop worrying about EFF. I'm not worried about the EFF. I'm worried about the black people of South Africa and the way the EFF is actually misleading black people to organize themselves to march for no reason. What is the benefit? Let's say the EFF successfully destroy Orania. What will be the benefit to black people? What will black people, what will the EFF members benefit from destroying Orania? What if the EFF take up the issue of the education system, which close out black people? Uh, uh, like I'm saying, in VET, 8,000 students, not even let's say 9,000 students have been closed out because they don't have spaces to accommodate the student to do medicine in at VET. What would be the impact if the EFF fight for these people and get them access? Isn't it going to change the life of black people? Why are we complacent? Why are we not using our wisdom? Can't we see that marching against Orania is just marching against a community, is not marching against the system? While the system is busy collecting from black people, why are we not fighting about the collection? I'm saying South Africa has collected 791 billion from poor people last year. They have increased that amount to 16%. The half a percentage next year will not need an approval because it has been approved together with this one. It will just be implemented next year. It will be 16%. That will help SARS to collect more than 1 trillion per annum. All of that money is not going to development of South African industry, so to help or to develop health facilities for South Africans. All that money is going to the IMF, International Mafia Forum. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about how the EFF is actually misleading South Africans to become minor instead of fighting for the real thing. The EFF want to divert attention. They want to divert people from the attention of the VET increase. They fight the genuine fight against the VAT increase. The money, if the money was coming to South Africans, if the money was developing South Africa, I wouldn't say it's a wrong thing. The money from VAT collection does not develop South Africa. It's taken straight to the white mafias. And when it comes to South Africa, the money that is getting borrowed from the white people is helping the white businesses in South Africa. Black businesses are in dire, disparate need for oxygen. Many issues that black people are suffering about, which the EFF was supposed to champion. Why I say the EFF was supposed to champion? Because the EFF is claiming to be a political party that represents black people. So if they claim to be a party which represents black people, we expect them to champion issues that will make a difference should they be successful. What if in Orania, the people, when the EFF members arrive, the people open fire on them to defend themselves? Isn't it going to cause a civil war in South Africa for no reason? Because it is of no benefit to the EFF. Julius Malema does not want to go and stay in Orania. He does not want to move from Seshiko to Orania. If he wants to go and stay in Orania, let him go and ask for permission to the people in Orania to go and stay there. He must not say he will send black people to go and stay in Orania. Who is a black person who wanted to go to stay in Orania? Why are we fighting people for no reason? While there are actually reasons why we should fight the system. Why are we ignoring the real issues that we are supposed to pay attention to, which is this vet uh, issue that has been implemented by the IMF in South Africa? Why are we not rising against that? Why do we target that community, that uh, poor community which has organized itself to survive? Because those people, it's about survival. Orania is about survival. Why can't we let them survive? Why can't we let them preserve themselves? Who wants Afrikaners to disappear? Who wants them to disappear? Nobody wants any person to disappear in this planet. We only want our freedom. We don't want any person to disappear. We want any person to exist the way they want in South Africa if they are South African citizens. But you cannot say then go and march against the community. Why not march against the Bella Bill? Why not march against the Bella Bill? Because the Bella Bill has been approved, which is against black people. But because the Bella Bill allows these middle class black people to take their children to the white schools, they can't see that the Bella Bill is actually a law against black people. The white people, the only reason why white people are fighting against the Bella Bill, it's because they want to preserve the Afrikaans language. At the moment, that the only group who's got schools that are teaching only in Afrikaans. There's no school in South Africa that teach children in vernacular, all the subjects. 1976 happened. We don't want another 1976 where black people are killed for no apparent reason. In 1976, when black children rised against the language of Afrikaans, it was influenced by the British. They were fighting for the English. Afrikaans was defeated by English. It was not for black people. It was a war between Britain and Holland. It had nothing to do with South African children. Because if it had anything to do with black people, we would have uh, won the right to teach our children in our own languages. So we did not win that. We win the right to teach our children in English. So it was about the British and the Dutch. Do we want, instead of people going to fight for the land, why do we even remember 1976? Why do we have even June 16? Why can't we have the last rebellion that happened? I read in history, it was the Bambata Rebellion, where more than 4,000 people were killed for the land. Not 100, not 200, more than 4,000 people in the early 1900s in the Bambata Rebellion. They were killed for the land. Why are we not commemorating that? Why are we not fighting to commemorate the land wars? Why are we changing the land wars to become so petty? This is a misdirection of the nation. This is a misdirection of the people in order to achieve, uh, in order to ensure that the masters that the CIC works for uh, still continue to be comfortable. Julius Malema is involved in clubs that buys properties in South Africa. He's an investment guru, if we can call him like that. He's a member of the several clubs that buys properties. He's one of the people who do property sales. He's not occupying the land wherever he pleases, but is directing black people to occupy the land wherever they please, wherever they please. Not leading by example. Julius Malema misdirecting the country and now taking the EFF members uh, to go and march. Who's going to save Julius Malema from Julius Malema? That is my question. Who is going to save the members of the EFF from the stupidity of the leadership of the EFF? Who is going to save the EFF members from the sellout leadership of the EFF? When are we going to realize that black people need to unite to fight for one thing? Because we're all suffering from the same thing. Isn't it that black people are suffering because of the white system? Isn't it that the additional amount of VAT that has been added on black people is going to be heavier on them? It's going to increase poverty, multiply homelessness, increase drug abuse, increase alcohol abuse among black nations, increase prostitution, isn't it something to fight against? Increase crimes, increase desperation among citizens. Isn't it that the VAT increase is going to cause an agitation, pain, and an unimaginable pain on black people? The MK party has already outlined programs to march against the VAT increase. Why not the EFF and the EFF members join the MK party to fight commonly for this? Why do you organize to go to Orania even if you win? At least if we win against the VAT, then we will save black people from massive, expensive food, massive exploitation by the AMF, by the IMF on black people. I don't know if Masa Naomi, you are still here. I don't know if Naomi is still here. And I don't know if she's got the message. Julius Malema is a sellout politician who represent white people and who is against the progress of black people. We should process that. Black people should process that in their heads and start to realize and wake up to the fact that we really need to fight for the right cause. I'm not afraid of black people being killed. I'm not afraid of death. But black people need to be killed for the right reasons. We cannot be so senseless. We cannot be so petty. We become so minor, like we don't know who is the enemy. We become so confused. We fight among ourselves instead of collaborating to fight against the enemy. Who is causing us to fight among ourselves? Why are these leaders agreeing to create this parallel thinking among black people? Why can't black people unite and fight for the same cause? Because the suffering is for all. The pain is felt by all. And if black people succeed to defeat VAT increase, it will keep a lot of money in black people's pockets. If black people succeed to destroy Orania, nothing will be in our pockets. It's a lose-lose. It's a waste of time. It's just a backward mentality. It's just attention-seeking, attention, desperation, attentions, disparate ways to seek attention from people. And many people will fall for such things. But I talk to the people who attend the royal opinion not to be confused or not to be moved about the actions, the action, the drama. I mean, not to be moved by the drama. Watch where the money is going. Focus on where the difference will be made. Should black people defeat VAT, then 791 billion will be put back into black people's pockets. That is worth fighting for. If black people goes to a particular area and occupy the land, that's worth fighting for. If the black people rebel against the system because they want dignity, that's worth fighting for. But if black people are killed for rising against another community which has just nothing to do with anybody, they just created their self sufficient environment. They are not fighting anybody, they don't have any army to fight anybody. The only reason basically they created that thing is because they are facing extinction, they are dying, and they are not giving birth enough. So they want to avoid mixing with other races because when they mix with black people, their children become black. So this is demographic engineering. That's what they want to avoid. So people who want to avoid demographic engineering, why do we fight them? People who just want to exist in this planet, why do we want them to go extinct? What will happen to the children of white people when they see the EFF members marching against their homes? They are going to be terrified. Is it trauma that these children are supposed to go through? Is it necessary? If you see Julius Malema smiling with Ramaphosa, the way he's so, him and Ramaphosa very, very cozy, very close together. I wouldn't even be surprised if somebody told me that the two are actually doing those things that the Americans are promoting. Museveni says mouth is for eating, not for other things. President Museveni of Uganda says the mouth is for eating, not what is promoted by those people. Don't use your mouth for what is promoted by those people. So I wouldn't be surprised if the two people are like that. Give us your opinion. Click the like button and subscribe to the Royal Opinion. Please give us your opinion about what we are talking about today. Give us your opinion about Orania. Give us your opinion about the politics. If you feel I am wrong about what I'm saying, give us your opinion about the right thing that you feel. Naomi says I should not worry about the EFF. I'm worried about the South African public. EFF members are our community members, our community, our relatives, uh, our brothers, our sisters. EFF members are black people. We should care about each other and we should love each other enough to be able to remind each other when we are getting somehow lost. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. Please don't forget to share, to click the like button, and also to subscribe to the Royal Opinion.